We are daughters of sun and stone. The desert carries our names, the wind our stories. Every step we take presses the memory of our mothers into the earth. We walk forward, not as shadows of a broken past, but as the dawn itself. Each grain of sand remembers our courage. Each star above answers our call. In the hush between lives and new dreams, had it been waste, in the time conscious in church. We in the sand house and release them to the sky, and the sky remembers. When the first light finds us, it will find us moving forward. Each step is a claim, each breath a promise. The lands remember our mothers, our grandmothers. We are the daughters of Nubia and of Egypt. You are us. Knows my name before I ever speak back. Salt in the skin, wind in my hair, standing where to meet sky. I'm aware I look up once, heaven responds. White light moves through, truth carries on. Had to walk alone, never did. Body and clothes keeps me for what I skill. He don't say much, just stands his ground. Every near miss, he was around. I'd only pray to touch her tonight. I carry it all. I carry it fine.
I hear echoes of the ancestors. This is part 2. We have red clay roots, but we'll be grounding your spirit in Southern lineage today. You see, a lot of people walking around right now, feeling all over the place and don't realize it. And you wake up and you move through the day. You handle what you got to handle, but something in you feels unsettled. Like you're here, but you're not fully here. That comes from being disconnected from where you come from. Somewhere down the line, something got dropped, got skipped, wasn't passed down, or it was nobody explained it the right way. So now you're moving through life trying to piece things together without even knowing what the pieces are missing. So this reading right here that's going to happen today is for the people who know something deeper is going on and are ready to actually look at it. I will be using oracle cards to tap into your line and get straight to what's sitting underneath the surface, where the disconnect happened and what's been left unaddressed, and how that's been affecting how you think, how you move and deal with people, and why certain patterns keep showing up. When you're not grounded in your own line, your energy doesn't stay still. It's everywhere. You don't trust your instincts. You feel like you're searching for something, but can't name what it is. And that's what happens when you're not rooted. This reading is about bringing that back into a real way, back into your roots, to your people, to something that actually stands on something that you can rely on when everything else feels out of place. And once you tap back into that, you don't move the same anymore. You're more aware, more sure of yourself, because now you're not just moving as you're moving with everything that came before you, standing with you, and that changes everything. You have been moving too far from where your roots are, whether you meant to or not. It's been showing up in how you carry yourself and how you make decisions, move through life. That stops here. I told you in the echoes of the ancestors in part 1, welcome to the journey of your life. And I meant that. What came through your line doesn't stay scattered and unnamed like it doesn't belong to you. We are bringing it back to the red clay, back to the ground that knows how to hold it, shape it, and keep it from slipping through your hands. Yeah. This is not going to be about curiosity or something to just glance at and move on from when the readings start. They're going to be here to bring you back to remembering what's yours, to face what was passed down without running from it, back to working what's in your line until it starts to support you in a way that you can actually feel it in your everyday life. You stop circling around it. You step back and see your line on purpose with your eyes open, knowing exactly what you're standing on and deciding how you're going to move through it from here. Welcome to Blended Healing. Welcome to the journey of your life. Welcome to the echoes of the ancestors. They've been calling you. We're going back to the red clay roots. Ashe. All right.
You wake up, you move through your day, you handle what you gotta handle. But something in you feels unsettled, like you're here, but not fully here. That's the ache of being cut off from where you come from. Our roots, our mercies are made. Let yourself be held by the stories, the soil, the song. Return to your roots. Grow whole.
You have been moving too far from where your roots hold. It's been showing up in how you carry yourself, make decisions, move through life. What came through your line doesn't stay scattered and unnamed like it doesn't necessarily exist in, and so do you. Stay here a while. Feel how the ground steadies and the wind carries what's meant to carry. Then walk forward, not away, but with.
People who know something deeper is going on and are ready to actually look at it. I'm using oracle cards to tap into your line and get straight to what's sitting underneath the surface. We work through it together. And we work through it together. Naming what hurt, what you needed, and what it looks like to finally give that to yourself. This isn't about perfection, but take your time, breathe, notice what rises up when you give yourself permission to be honest. Whatever comes, we'll meet it together. You're not alone in this.
Indian trails to the freeways. We make the hustle look easy. Trapping ferns all season. The way we push our line. Yeah, we are still the people from those times. Yeah, through it all we continue to shine. 'Cause Indian trails make freeways over time. Yeah, Indian trails make freeways over time.
I feel the ancestors, they still with us. They give us the fight when we in the field.
There's a pull right now to keep moving, to stay outside, and to keep your mind busy so you don't have to sit still too long. Everybody hoping that everything gets better. But how can it, if you're hopping from one thing to the next, to one vibe to the next, from one move to the next, calling it growth, calling it leveling up, but the whole time you're just not planted nowhere. When you don't sit still long enough to feel where you're at, you start moving with no real direction, just going, just reacting. You lost your footing, but your line did not come from no soft ground. That's what you got to understand. You come from red clay, thick, iron in it, the kind of dirt that sticks to your shoes. It holds everything that gets pressed into it, you know. That ground your people came up out of. So nothing in your line moves light. Nothing in your line came easy. Everything got history on it. Everything got something behind it. So this is where we start right now. Right here. We're slowing it down and bringing everything back. All that scattered energy, all that stuff that you've been pushing off, acting like it don't matter. We're bringing it back to the ground that can actually hold it. These cards are tools. This is work. We digging. We getting into what's been sitting underneath your line, what's been buried and what's been shaping how you move and what's to come up. This is the call of the iron soil. Ashe? All right. Let's get into the reading. The cards have been prayed over and shuffled and have fell out. In the essence of time, I did that ahead of time. Otherwise, this would be an extremely long live, and we got a lot to get through. I'm hoping to do it in one setting, but I'm not rushing it. Ashe? All right. The question is, what is currently active in your bloodline right now? The first thing that came out was heartache and loss. This is speaking to something that hit the line very deep, something that left an imprint. And it just didn't happen in one moment either. This is something that repeated, something that didn't get fully addressed, something that got carried forward without being properly dealt with. This is grief that didn't get space, pain that didn't get processed. It just moved through the line and settled where it could. And then the next card came out was accelerated motion coming out. This is showing how fast things had to move around that pain. There wasn't time to sit in it, not time to slow down and really face it. Things kept going, life kept moving, people had to keep pushing, keep handling what was in front of them. So that grief didn't stop anything. It just carried along with everything else. The next question was, so what's active right now in the collective's bloodline? And came out unresolved emotional weight that never got a real moment to be handled, mixed with the pattern of having to move fast, adapt fast, and keep going no matter what was going on internally. That combination right there is why a lot of people feel what they feel right now. Because you got grief sitting in the line. And at the same time, you got movement that never slowed down enough to deal with it. So now it shows up as restlessness, emotional pressure, and that feeling of always having to keep going, even when something in you is asking you to stop. That's what's active. The next question is, what ancestral influence is present around you at this moment? When it comes to what ancestral influence is present around y'all at this moment, two cards came out. One was transformation and light. With transformation, this is showing an ending that already is in motion. This is not something far off. It's happening now. Something in your life is closing out. Whether that's in your personal life, relationships, your work, or how you've been moving overall. And this is not by accident. This is your line stepping in and saying it's time. You can't keep holding on to what already ran its course. Everything moves in cycles. And right now, your line is pushing you to release what can't go forward with you. That means certain habits, certain attachments, certain ways of thinking, certain connections. It's time to let it end so something else can actually begin. And with the light card coming right behind that, it's showing what's opening up once that change happens. This is exposure. This is things being seen for what they really are. Nothing stays hidden right now. What's been in the dark is coming up. It don't matter if you're ready for it or not. But this isn't coming to shake you. It's coming to position you. This is your time to be seen in a different way, to step into something that actually reflects who you are now, not who you used to be. So the ancestral influence around you right now is pushing two things at the same time. Close it out and step into what's opening. Let what needs to end and fully, and don't drag it with you. Because once that space clears, what's meant for you to step into is already waiting, and it's not anything small. This is growth. This is forward movement. This is a reset that puts you in a different position than you were and where you have been. What energy is shaping you right now? What energy is shaping how they are moving right now, how you all are moving right now? Passion ignited is the card that came out. This is how that push coming from the inside, not something forced, not something you had to chase. It's that feeling where you know it's time to move, time to act, time to go after what's been sitting in your mind for about a minute. This is new energy, fresh ideas that spark picking back up where things might have felt slow or unclear before. This is getting your drive back, your focus, your hunger, that part of you that wants to build, create, step out, and actually do something with what you've been holding on to. Whether that's personal, business, or something tied to your purpose, the energy is pushing you to move on it now, not later. And it's not just staying with you either. People around you can feel it. They see the change. They pick up on that energy, even if they can't explain it. That spark that you got right now, it spreads. It wakes things up in other people. So how you moving right now is being shaped by that fire, that river that ebbs and flows, that inner push that's telling you it's time. Trust it, follow it, don't sit on it, because this is one of those moments where if you move with it, it opens things up fast. Ashe, all right. May those messages find you well.
Welcome to Shamaka Essentials.
Mystery box, what's inside? Lunar drift to guide the night. Tarot spreads, visions clear. Chimeka Essentials is always there, ready. Chimeka Essentials, house of blessings running, spray so low, feel the magic medicine. Chimeka Essentials, house of blessings forward every night, every way, lift your spirit rising. Yeah.
The House of Holistic Royalty by Kells is dedicated to delivering premium, nature-driven remedies that support the mind, body, and spirit. Her mission is to cultivate whole body healing while inspiring self-love and self-honoring practices through the timeless wisdom of music. Every blend, tincture, and tea is crafted with intention. Organic ingredients, sustainable sourcing, and a whole lot of love. Because when you honor your body, you honor your life.
For those of you who are coming in late, we are in the Echoes of the Ancestors, episode 2. We're going back to the red clay roots. Right now, we're going to be excavating the generational shadow. Okay? We have already done our first reading. We answered the questions, or I should say the spirit has answered the questions. We are now moving forward. Displacement leaves marks you might not always see, but it'll show up in how people move and how they stay unsettled no matter where they go. It's in a way that they're doing everything that they're supposed to do and still feel like something is not fully connected. You're not locked. You're not locked in anywhere. Anywhere. Just because names get lost or stories get cut off, your lineage does not disappear. It does not. It just goes unclaimed. And if it stays unclaimed, trust and believe it's going to make its presence known. That restlessness, that constant searching that you have, it's not by accident. So, this is where the cards come in, and we use them with intention. We're not guessing. We're not finding the exact spot where the connection dropped. Something got skipped over here, ignored, or left where the line or the lineage stopped being acknowledged the way that it should have been. We have to bring it back in so it can be grounded. The red clay holds because it's dense. It don't give in easy. Everything that gets pressed into it stays there. That's why it works. It can hold what other ground can't. And when you face what's in your line, straight on, you finally get something real under you. Something finally is going to be steady enough to hold it. And when you're steady like that, your power does not move all over the place. It stays with you. We are now entering into where the disconnection happened. Where did the connection in the line weaken or drop? All right? Okay. Where the disconnection happened. This card reading is asking, where did the connection in your line weaken or drop? This is the answer. 3 cards came out: rejoice and celebration, sacrifice, and emotional loss. Starting with rejoice and celebration, this is showing there was a point in the line where things were actually good. There was unity, connection, people coming together, building, sharing, being present with each other. There was love there. There was support. This wasn't always broken. That's important to understand. The line had moments where everything was flowing the way it should. Then sacrifice comes in. And this is where change started. Somebody had to give up something, not something small either. This is where choices had to be made that changed the direction of things. Somebody put their needs to the side, carried more than they should have, and had to pause their own life to handle something bigger. And in doing that, something in the connection started to strain. Things weren't being expressed the same way. People weren't being seen the same. And the dynamics shifted. And then after that came the emotional loss. And this is where the break really sets in. This is grief. This is separation. This is something or someone being lost in a way that hit deep. And instead of that being fully processed, it sat there. It stayed in the lineage. That loss changed how people connected after that. It changed how they showed up, how they trusted, and how they expressed themselves. So where the connection weakened is right at that change, from unity to sacrifice to loss. That's where things started breaking down. What started as something strong got altered by what had to be given up and what was lost behind it. That's the point where the line stopped flowing the same way. The next question: what was skipped, ignored, or left unacknowledged? The answer is love. Love is where it begins. Love was there, but it wasn't fully expressed the way it needed to be. It wasn't nurtured. It wasn't poured into the way it should have been. Something in the line blocked that flow, whether it was pride, pain, distance, or just everything people were dealing with. Love did not get the space to move freely. And this wasn't about romantic love either. This is about emotional openness, care, affection, support, the ability to show up fully from the heart. That part got pushed to the side. It was there, but it wasn't being handled right. It wasn't being received right either. And when that happens, it creates a gap, because love is supposed to be the thing that keeps the connection flowing. And when it's ignored and not acknowledged, people start closing off. They stop expressing themselves. They stop trusting that it's safe to be open. So what was skipped wasn't the presence of love. It was the expression of it, the willingness to actually give it receive it and let it move the way it was supposed to. And that's the piece that now has to be brought back into the line so things can reconnect the right way. The next question: where was the leak happening in their personal power? What happened to them? Mental conflict. This showing up in the mind, back and forth, knowing what needs to be done, but not moving on it. Sitting in that space where you keep going over the same thing, weighing it, thinking it through, and not actually choosing a direction. And the truth is, you already know what it is. This is not confusion. This is hesitation. It could be tied to a person, a situation, or something in your life that needs a clear decision. But instead of moving on it, it gets held in the mind. And while it's sitting there, it's draining you. That's where the leak is. Not in your ability, not in your strength, but in the delay. Because every time you don't act on what you already know, your energy gets split. One part of you is ready to move, the other part is holding it back. That's what creates that pressure. And once the decision is made, that pressure lifts. Things start to clear up. But until then, it stays in your head, looping, pulling on your energy. So the leak isn't just because you don't have power. It's because you're not fully stepping into it yet. And once you do, things move. Ashe, may these messages find you well, and may you get clarity upon your lineage. And we'll move on right after this.
The oracle cards are tools. You're getting into what's been sitting underneath your line, what's been buried, and what's been shaping how you move and what's to come up. What is currently active in your bloodline right now? Heartache and loss, something hit the line deep. This isn't just one moment either. This is something that repeated, not fully addressed, carried forward without being properly. Stone is for easing the heart and clearing the mind. I want you to picture that grief loosening like a knot softening in warm water. You don't have to carry all of it. Let some of it set down. 3 cards came out: Rejoice in Celebration, Sacrifice, and Emotional Loss. Starting with Rejoice in Celebration, this is showing there was a point in the line where things were actually good. There was unity, connection, people coming together, building, sharing, but it's still there, waiting to be named, waiting to be honored. When we take time to witness it, we give our people and ourselves a chance to breathe again. Let's sit with it for a moment. Let it speak.
Feeding with sand. Ocean knows my name before I ever speak back. Salt in the skin, wind in my hair. Standing where to meet sky, I'm aware. I look up once, heaven responds. White light moves through, truth carries on. Had to walk alone, never did. Body and clothes keeps me for what I skill. He don't say much, just stands his ground. Every near miss, he was around. I don't repay the touch of the night. I carry it all. I carry it fine.
Before we go any further in the echoes of the ancestors, the red clay roots, we gotta check what's watching and what's standing at the front. Because once you start tapping into your line, you're not just moving through this freely. There's always something positioned at the entrance, watching, regulating what comes through and how it comes through. This is structured. And that matters because when you're dealing with anything tied to your lineage, you just don't open things up without knowing what's present. You check first. You acknowledge what's there, and you make sure what's coming through is grounded and not all over the place. This kind of work comes from real practices. that weren't built for real, that were built for real situations, not just to look at things, but to handle them with letting everything just go all over the place without that. And this is what keeps that contained. That's what keeps it clear. So now we're pulling here to see who actually is standing watch. Not what happened, not what you feel, but who is present. Who's at the gate right now? Who's watching now? Who's watching how you move? Who's got the influence over how this is opening for you? Because before anything else comes out, we need to know who's there. So let's see what comes up. Father God, Mother God, all that is in you is in us. Please protect us from the top of our head to the bottom of our feet, from one side to the next, encompassing all. Gratitude. What ancestral presence is currently watching over you all? Moving on. This is showing an ancestral presence that deals with transition, with closing things out, with making sure you don't stay stuck in something past its time. This is not soft energy. This is the one that steps in when it's time to move, whether you're ready for it or not. You're being pushed to leave something behind, a cycle that's already been dragging longer than it should have. This presence is not here to let you sit in it anymore. It's guiding you forward out of whatever has been weighing on you, out of what's been keeping you in the same place. This also speaks to movement, physical or emotional. Some of you may be relocating, traveling, or changing different areas. But even if it's not physical, it's a clear transition from one phase of your life into another. You're crossing over into something new, and this presence is making sure you don't turn back. And what stands out is that it isn't happening randomly. It's intentional. You already been through what you needed to go through. The lessons are there. The growth is there. Now it's time to move with it. I'm also picking up a male presence, middle age, connected to family and communication. This feels like someone who didn't always say everything directly when they were here, but they carried a lot and moved when they had to. This is someone who understands transition, who understands what it means to leave things behind and keep going. So the next question is, who's standing at the gate right now? Is an energy that doesn't let you stay stuck, an energy that moves you forward, clears the path, and positions you for what's next, whether you feel it or not. What kind of energy is standing at the gate of their path right now? Wisdom and prosperity begins. With wisdom, this is an energy that comes with knowledge, structure, and guidance. This is not random. This is the kind of energy that steps in to teach, to correct, and to make sure you're moving with understanding, not just emotion. This can show up as a person, a mentor, someone with experience, or even you stepping into a higher level of knowing within yourself. This is about learning what you need to learn so you can move different, not guessing. not just going off feeling, knowing. This points to being connected to the right people, the right spaces, and the right information. Being around those who can sharpen you, guide you, and help you see things from a place you may not have been able to before. This is structure being put into place so you're not moving blind. And with prosperity begins right behind that. This is showing that what's being set up at the gate is not just about knowledge, it's about building something real, something that can grow. This is new beginnings tied to stability, money, business, or something that can actually produce results over time. This didn't come out of nowhere either. This is connected to what you already put in, what you already been working on. Now it's starting to take form. So the energy at the gate right now is structured growth. Learn what you need to learn, get aligned with the right guidance, and build something that can actually hold. This is not rushed. This is something that, if handled right, turns into long-term stability and forward movement. That's what's standing at the gate. The next question. Who is influencing how this reading is opening and what is allowed through? The answer is solitude. This is showing that the energy influencing this reading is quiet, internal, and intentional. This is not outside. This is not people. This is something that pulls you inward, makes you step back, makes you slow down so you can actually hear what's real. This is the kind of presence that doesn't rush you. It doesn't flood you with everything at once. It filters. It controls the pace. It only allows through what you're ready to actually sit with and understand. There's a need here to step back from everything external. Too much noise, too many opinions, too much movement will block what's trying to come through. This influence is making it clear that the answers are not outside, they're within. But you can't hear that if you don't give yourself space. This is also about conserving your energy, not trying to do everything at one time, not trying to take in too much at one time. One thing at a time, one message at a time. That's how this is opening. So what's influencing this reading is an energy that requires you to be still enough to receive it, to listen, to reflect, to actually process what's coming up instead of rushing past it. This is hermit energy, quiet but intentional, not disconnected, focused. That's what's controlling what comes through right now. Ashe. All right.
Welcome to Chamaka Essentials.
You deserve moments of calm. The large aromatherapy set from Chamaka Essentials gives you 5 ways to unwind. A refreshing 4-ounce room and body mist, a silky 8-ounce body wash that foams luxuriously, a rich moisturizer to keep skin soft, a hand-carved Handwein Berkey, because your self-care deserves intention. Gift it, keep it, or share it. Large aromatherapy set and more at ChamakaEssentials.com.
Body butter warm in every part. Crystals on charms and smoking hers, energy shine. every drop, every sin.
I don't want to overload you. We've already been here for a little over 45 minutes. There's a lot of information here that the ancestors want you to know that's coming straight out of the mud for you, right out of your roots. But I want to ground you before you leave, okay? Let me ground you. Okay, this doesn't need to be complicated. Sit or stand where you are. Come on. Feet flat. Still. I need you to see, feel, and imagine a place, either where your people are from or where you know your line had to survive. Go ahead. Don't overthink it. Just choose it. Okay. You're there? Okay, good. Now bring your attention down. Look down. Out of your head, though. Out of your head. And into your body. All the way down to your feet. See, feel, and imagine that there's a ground there. Nothing abstract, real. Soil, dirt, clay, concrete if that's what it was. Hold that thought. Just look down at your feet. And then mentally place yourself there. You're there. You are there in that location where you just transported yourself. Okay? Look at your feet. Look at the ground. Let your body settle into that idea that you are now there on that land, in that space, in that place. This isn't about imagining something new. It's about reconnecting to something that already exists. This is your family ground. This is what you knew growing up. This is what you knew that you heard about, the land. The land. Look down at your feet. Your feet is on exactly the same land as your ancestors. You don't believe me? Look around. Look where you took yourself to. You see that familiar land? That's your ancestors' land. Your ancestors walked this land. You're reconnecting to that place. And when you're done, grounding yourself, feeling the energy go up your body from your feet up. Don't rush it. Don't rush it. When it comes all the way up, from your feet to your calves, from your calves to your knees, from your knees to your thighs, from your thighs all the way up to your stomach. Now it's moving up through your chest. Your arms are down, so you're feeling it coming up your arms too. And then your arms and your chest reach your neck at the same time. And then it goes up to your face. Then it's at the top of your head. And now all of that golden energy is now pouring out into the universe as you're showing the universe love. Now come back slow. That's how you anchor your energy back into something real. Ashe? All right. The next time we come back, we're going to finish up the reading with red clay roots. There's a few readings left. Yes, there is. The ancestors are very thorough when it comes to this red clay roots, okay? All right. And with that being said, be well, stay safe. Ashe and deep bow to each and every one of you. And I'll see you tomorrow with the next installment, all right? Okay. Let me leave you with some things.
Ignored or left unacknowledged. Love, where it begins. This is showing that love was there, but it wasn't fully expressed the way it needed to be. Something in the line blocked that flow, whether it was pride, pain, and survivors. In survivors, wisdom and prosperity begins. Wisdom is an energy that comes with knowledge, structure, and guidance.
I feel that.
And make a let be night.
I want that, for real.
Then let's make the room for it, little by little.
I'm with you.
Good, because I think we both deserve to feel it all. You wake up, you move through your day, you handle what you gotta handle. But something in you feels unsettled, like you're here, but not fully here. That's the ache of being cut off from where you come from. Our roots, our mercies are made. Let yourself be held by the stories, the soil, the song. Return to your roots. Grow whole.
You have been moving too far from where your roots hold. It's been showing up in how you carry yourself, make decisions, move through life. What came through your line doesn't stay scattered and unnamed like it doesn't necessarily exist in, and so do you. Stay here a while. Feel how the ground steadies and the wind carries what's meant to carry. Then walk forward, not away, but with.
People who know something deeper is going on and are ready to actually look at it. I'm using oracle cards to tap into your line and get straight to what's sitting underneath the surface. We work through it together. And we work through it together. Naming what hurt, what you needed, and what it looks like to finally give that to yourself. This isn't about perfection, but take your time, breathe, notice what rises up when you give yourself permission to be honest. Whatever comes, we'll meet it together. You're not alone in this.
Indian trails to the freeways. We make the hustle look easy. Trapping furs all season. The way we push our line. Yeah, we are still the people from those times. Yeah, through it all we continue to shine. Indian trails make freeways over time. Yeah, Indian trails.
Welcome to Chumaka Essentials.
Mystery box, what's inside? Lunar drift to guide the night. Tarot spreads, visions clear. Chumaka Essentials is always near it. Eh? Chumaka Essentials, house of blessings running. Spray so low, feel the magic press. Chumaka Essentials, house of blessings for every night, every way. Lift your spirit rising. Yeah.
The House of Holistic Royalty by Kells is dedicated to delivering premium, nature-driven remedies that support the mind, body, and spirit. Her mission is to cultivate whole body healing while inspiring self-love and self-honoring practices through the timeless wisdom of music. Every blend, tincture, and tea is crafted with intention, organic ingredients, sustainable sourcing, and a whole lot of love. Because when you honor your body, you honor your life.
You don't chase respect. You become it. Watch how the room adjusts. Yeah. I
Honor ain't loud, it's precise. It's discipline dressed up nice. It's choosing growth over spite. Even when you're right, it's saying I stand on that and meaning it fully. It's never letting ego turn your wisdom into bully. It's posture before the handshake. Integrity you can't fake. It's walking in the room like a spirit wide awake. Yeah, spirit wide awake. Stand tall, 10 toes, no bend, that's honor. Don't break, don't pretend. Stand firm, no need to explain. That's honor, power with stand tall. 10 toes, no bend, that's honor. Don't break, don't pretend. Stand firm, no need to explain. That's honor, power with it's hard to do without collapse. Accountability intact, it's never weaponizing facts just to win and then react. It's boundaries that don't scream, it's self-worth that don't scheme. It's knowing who you are without performing for a dream. Honor don't chase it attracts, it don't fold it adapts. It's how you speak when you angry, it's how you move when you hurt. It's how you keep your name clean in a world that loves dirt, yeah. It's not reacting fast, it's responding wise. It's checking your reflection before correcting other lives. It's protecting sacred spaces from gossip and from spite. It's not dimming who you are, but you don't gotta fight. It's leadership in silence. It's courage without noise. It's grown woman decisions, not emotional toys. Honor is the code, not the mood, not the trend, the code.